Currently trying to organize the shoes. Gonna make them look more presentable. My nephew's birthday is coming up and he loves books. So I ended up ordering him some of these like sensory books so you could like feel the different textures of the animals. Like here, you could feel the things. So I thought that was really cool. And then this one, I was like, I kind of remember these back in the days, having like pop-up books. I was able to find one on Amazon. And I'm like, wow, they still make these. You open it, and then it has like pop-ups. Oh, he's gonna go crazy over this. Look, like, how cool is that? So yeah, I also got him like some coloring books. But yeah, I'm just excited for him to see these. Rain, rain, go away. Oh, it's been so rainy. Anyways, just got my jury duty check. Gonna ball out. That is so funny that they just toss you $15 for the day for your service. Oh, $30. Ooh. Oh, plus they said the gas, whatever, the amount of miles they compensate you for. I thought they said the $15 starts after your initial first day. Maybe I was tripping. I didn't know we got paid for that first day of being there. Shoot, I ain't mad at it. Extra $30 in my pocket. There goes gas. What's up, vlog? Okay, so my brother's having an all-white party for his birthday. Got the outfit right here, courtesy of Ross. I don't know why I'm like wearing all white right now, and I'm gonna change into all white again. It makes no sense. So head out.
Put that shit on.
It's on, Mom. Okay, Mom. Oh, look at you. Hold on. It's okay, Mom. Yeah.
My favorite name has popped up again onto my screen, and it's so insane the way she fills my brain with serotonin. It's been a long day and all I need you to say is that you've missed me. And I'll say I feel the same, and that is such a shame. We've both been busy. There's so much on my mind, I'm sure it's gonna leave when we're together. And you don't have to try, you know you just alleviate all this pressure. There's so much on my mind, I'm sure it's gonna leave when we're together. And you don't have to try, you know you just alleviate all this pressure. Trying to keep composure.
again. Look at what the wind did to this court. It looks like they swept up this half piece. And then you have this one. I gotta find, where'd you put your ball? Oh, it's over here. Really? Oop, lost it. It's so windy. I'm playing fetch again. Alright, we're back in the car, so you probably already know what that means. It's gonna be a little chit chat. What is this string of hair doing? I don't know. I'm looking rough. I just got up and I've been like just editing and doing some stuff. So as I was editing, I was just kind of like, I had kind of skipped a week of recording. Something had happened and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. I'm not trying to be like dramatic. So I just wanted to kind of bring it up, not like I said, not to be dramatic, not to make it something super like bad and super sad, but it was something. It's just, you know, I share portions of my life and this was just a part of my life and it's been a huge change. So I'm gonna talk about it, and if you know, you know, and if you get it, you get it. Figured I'd talk a little bit about it, not too much because y'all know I don't like to be crying on camera. It's been, overall February has been like a beautiful month. It's been so much fun, like so many birthdays. It's been a good time, and it's always kind of this juxtaposition, which I've talked about before, or like this dichotomy of when things are going really great, there always feels like there has to be something really bad that kind of happens with it, and it's just like, it's just life. It just happens. Stuff happens recently, and the only reason why I'm like able to kind of talk about this is because there's been like a couple weeks past that it's happened since, so you know, I'm kind of like better now. Recently I had to put down my cat. It was my last cat, Powder, the white one that you guys always see and you probably have seen in footage of this vlog as well. Background before we get into what happened. I have had cats since I was like 8, and we started off with 3. So it was 3 cats. One of them was a Siamese, 2 of them were like, I think they're called Calico. It was a black and white one we called Violet, and then there was Patches. Patches you guys have seen in my older vlogs. Violet was the mother of Powder. Over the years we've had several cats, several litters of cats. I don't even remember how many. Eventually Violet kind of went away. We assumed that she just kind of maybe passed. Violet went on, but she had Powder, which was the only cat out of, I guess, like one of her couple earlier litters. Powder was the only one that stuck around, and that kind of just stayed. And so eventually, as the years went on and as we moved houses and all that stuff, it was just Powder and Patches. Those were the 2 that were just the cats that stuck around and that were with us. They were just part of the family. Everybody knew them. In 2019, over the summer of 2019, is when Patches had passed away. Even though it was sad, and it was my first time like actually sticking from beginning to end with the cat, and I knew that she was getting older. I was like, you know, out of college by this time. Like, that's a really long like lifespan for a cat. It was hard when she passed. She kind of just passed away of like, you know, just, it was just her time. It was old age. She was starting to decline. Had started to notice like a bunch of behavioral changes with Patches. She wasn't doing the things that she was normally able to do. My auntie is a vet, and so she's been the one that's always kind of like, whenever we have an issue and whenever we have a question, a problem, she's who we always hit up. We're like, hey, is this normal? What's going on with this? Immediately, once we started to notice that and stuff, we contacted her and had her come look at her, and that's when she informed us that like, yeah, just basically start getting her really comfortable. She's, you know, on her last days pretty much. So losing Patches was like sad, of course, and it was a loss, of course, but it was something that I could kind of accept because, you know, she had lived a great long life. We had done everything that we could, and it was just, you know, her time to go. And she had did so very peacefully, like in the comfort of her home. Yeah, like I said, I was still sad, but it was just like, it was kind of acceptance. I was able to kind of say goodbye to her over the course of those few days. Now that you know the history, so we're back to the day of the event when I got the memo from Dee Dee informing me that Powder had come home limping, and they noticed that on the paw. By the way, before I keep going, I should probably say that it's kind of like a running joke that we've never known what gender Powder is. We don't know. We never knew. Some think boy, some think girl. Yeah, it's just kind of been like this thing. Also, he's deaf, he or she. So you might hear me say he or she or him or her interchangeably. It's just because we don't know. We've never really gotten to know, and the reason why is because he or she was fixed at a very young age by one of those like companies that, you know, fix the like all the stray cats on the street. Like these companies that would come in and pick the cats up and go fix them and then drop them back off where they found them at. And Powder was one of them, and I was like really little when it happened, so I don't fully remember, but I remember the exact, if he said whether it was a boy or a girl, and there was also the other cat with them, so I don't know. But anyways, my sister was there, my older sister, and she swears that he said that he was a boy. But also I've had other people like look at Powder briefly, and they've like kind of been like, oh, it could be a girl. We don't know. Never known, so we've always just been like him, her, she, he, they. So I've always joked around and been like, Powder is just non-binary. Just to let you know, in case you hear me say like he or she, and you're like, wait, I thought you just said she, but now you're saying he, what is it? We don't know. Anyways, I'd gotten informed that his paw, he came back home limping, and his paw was like severely wounded. I had them call up my auntie, and they were kind of like going over the phone about what was happening, taking pictures. I had her send a picture to me so I could know like what the heck is going on, because I'm just like getting this information at work and I'm like worried. And he's a feisty cat, and he's always just getting into stuff and always trying to like fight, and he's just always getting into something, always getting dirty. So it's not like this is our first rodeo with him coming back with something. Normally when that happens, like I said, we just call my auntie and she'd come over. She doesn't live out here anymore, which is a bummer, but she would come over and, you know, take a look at him and see what's going on, give him medication if need be. I could tell it was pretty bad. So I was like obviously really concerned. The evening time and a lot of the vets just closed. So it was kind of just like figuring out where to go. And then my auntie was making recommendations on where we could go and be seen. And like, okay, you guys could just wait for me to get home. Right now, they had Powder really comfortable. She was on my bed, kind of just chilling. She was still drinking water. She was still able to like jump up to the bed, which was incredible. So like, we're like, okay, she's comfortable right now. She just kind of wants to be to herself, and she's obviously in pain. So we're just gonna, you know, make sure that she's as comfortable as possible. And once I get home, then I'll take her into the ER. The ER visit is when things got real and when it took a turn. Obviously, it was already really like sad seeing Powder with that wound, and like it was just all focused on the paw. Well, we took her in, they seen her, and that's when they informed me, because they had to take like x-rays and stuff obviously to see how bad it was. And when they did that, basically throughout the visit they were kind of telling me, like giving me little updates. The first update was that she was on oxygen, and that kind of like stunned me. It shocked me. I was like, oxygen? Like, I know she's in pain, but I'm like, oxygen, dick? Like my baby's on oxygen. I was just thinking it's because of the paw. Until I got into the room with the doctors, they finally moved me into like a separate room when they informed me that Powder had suffered a pretty severe accident. Not only was it just the paw, but it was also, based off the looks of the x-rays, and he was showing me everything and breaking it down very succinctly, very clearly, very like thoroughly, and to the point as he can, so that I was understanding all of it and all the medical jargon. But basically based off of the x-rays and his professional opinion, what more than likely happened was that Powder had gotten hit by a car. And that was really like, what do they call that saying? A knife to the gut. Up until then, like I said, I had only been able to see the paw. That was the only thing that was like outwardly wrong. Obviously, I could tell that Powder was in a lot of pain, but like I didn't know the severity of it. A hemorrhage in the abdomen, and everything from the abdomen was basically pushed up into her chest, and it was making it really difficult for her to breathe. Hence the oxygen, why she was on oxygen. So a lot of things had ruptured into the chest, and it was just like, you could tell by the x-rays, he was like, this is a healthy lung on this side. This is what the lung's supposed to be like. This is what this lung is on this side. It's based off of the injuries, everything that he was collecting, the surgery would have been really extensive and it just wouldn't have been worth it. And he was just explaining that like, even like at Powder's age, even if he did undergo the surgery and everything went well, the recovery would just be really, really hard on Powder. It would, his life wouldn't be the same. He wouldn't be able to, you know, be outside at all. He would like, basically this cat would have to be an indoor cat exclusively. Like he would not be able to be outside. It would just be really hard. And the quality of Powder's life would be very changed. Not as like, it would not be the same and it would not be worth it. Just explained all that to me very delicately and very nicely, and was just saying like, I think the best option is to euthanize. And it was really hard, and it was really hard for me to hear, but I understood, and I understood that that would be the best option. He had called up my auntie because she worked there before, and all the staff were familiar with her, which was also great. He reviewed everything, all the information with her. She agreed that this would be the best option. I got on the phone with her. It was kind of just, you know, she was able to kind of just talk me through it and assure me that this was the right decision. The whole staff, the whole hospital was really just lovely about the whole process. They gave me as much time as I wanted to with Powder, brought her back to me, so I was able to like cuddle with her before she went on, before they did the procedure, and every single step that was going to happen, what to expect, had me sign papers, all that good stuff, and then they did the procedure, you know, did the injection. Yeah, it was hard. My brother had driven us there. I'm so glad that he did, because originally I was just gonna drive by myself, and my mom was gonna go with me, but I was like, I didn't want her to be up late and if she had work. I was like, no, I don't think you should have to, you know, I'll be okay doing it. I was not expecting to have to put her down, that's for sure. So I'm glad that she insisted on my brother going with me. But he was there, he came into the room with me and was kind of like, you know, consoling me and all that good stuff. I had gotten the news and I had called my mom to let her know what was going on, because her and my sister were kind of worried too, and they had been up like trying to wait on an update. I had called, you know, like crying on the phone, letting them know what's going on. So it was just, I was very grateful. I'm very thankful for the situation that it was. Even though it was hard, it could have been so much worse. Only ask of my cats, which I've said before, was just that I never found them laid out dead in the middle of a street. As long as they didn't go out that way, then I was good. Out of the situation, this is probably the best case scenario, having a vet auntie that could help you, having her refer you to a place where they knew her and that Powder was in the best care that she could be in, that all the staff was really nice and really lovely, that I was able to be there and, you know, with family and send them off right. I always look back on it and like think of all the positives. I've just been really grateful for the situation, even though I did have to let Powder go. It was really sad. I was not expecting to have to leave there without Powder. So back to the gender portion. Before they euthanized Powder, I was like, I just have this one request. Can you please tell me what the gender of Powder is, because it's been this ongoing thing, like we never knew. So the doctor was like, you know, like, sure, of course, okay. And so she came back, she told me that Powder was a girl, and still to this day we don't know if it's correct or not. Obviously they're like vets, they're professionals, they know. But the person that fixed Powder a long time ago, like I said, my older sister has a very specific vivid memory of them saying that Powder was a boy, and obviously they could have been wrong, but they were but they were also the ones that fixed Powder. And you know, memory is not always correct and it doesn't always serve right. When the vet said girl, we were like, oh, a girl? Okay, like it was kind of surprising. That said a girl, so I mean, it could be, I guess that's what she was. Powder is just Powder, so yeah, it's been a couple of weeks now. It's been a very interesting adjustment, I will say that. It's been an adjustment. First couple of days were really hard, but my family and everybody has been so sweet. She had given me a card and she gifted me with like some Starbucks the next morning. My mom gave me a card. The vet hospital, they even sent me a handwritten card, like giving their condolences from everybody in the office. It was just so sweet, and I was just like, I just started melting. I will say what has been helping though has been that like we have dogs now. Well, we don't have dogs, but my brothers have dogs that will like dog sit throughout the days. Has been helping to kind of like still have a pet there to kind of like tend to. And obviously I love the dogs too. Like, even though I'm more of a cat person, I've always liked dogs too. This one hit a little harder under the circumstances that it was, because it was so like traumatic and just like very like unexpected, and always having cats around to like not having any. But I just look at it as a new chapter in my life. I'm just grateful for the time that I was able to have with them growing up. For those who get it, they just get it, and they know how hard it could be. A lot of people have asked me, you know, like, do I think I'm gonna be, you know, getting another kitten soon or anything like that? Or do I think that I'll ever get another cat soon? And basically the answer is like, I'm really not in a rush to get any other like pets right now, or any cats in specific. They just can't really be replaced. I may change my mind, but I really don't feel the need to like add another cat to the equation right now. They had their place, they had their time, and I was lucky enough to experience, you know, life with them, and I just don't feel like there's a need to bring on another one. I don't know what to compare it to, because I was gonna for a second compare it to like, say you had like your favorite antique or item or something that you got somewhere from a trip somewhere and it meant a lot to you, or somebody gifted to you and something happened to that and somebody's like, oh, I'll just get you a new one, I'll buy you a new one. And it's like, you can't really, like, there's value in that thing. So I don't want to compare them to like inanimate objects, but like, it's just like, they can't really be replaced. So it's like, I don't really feel the need to like, to get another one. I have 30 minutes to get ready for where I was supposed to go. I'm probably going to text them and be like, I'm going to be late. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys in on what's been happening, because I do share like my life and stuff, my lifestyle vlog, and this has been a part of my life. And that's I guess the update, the life update. I don't even know what I'm titling this. I don't know if I'm going to include this within the vlog or in a separate video, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys in on what's been going on. Even though it might seem like weird and silly, it is just like, it's just something that's a part of my life and something that happened. So yeah, I need to go like urgently and hurry up and get ready. So what time it is? Gym time. But yeah, I didn't want to end like on a solemn note. I thought I would come back on to close the vlog out. I still have been feeling good. I've been spending, you know, time with family and just doing what I gotta do and working and work. Besides like my actual job, that's been going pretty smooth. Also my shooting work, like my photography, videography, has been going pretty well. So overall, you know, life is still good. It's hard at times, it gets hard. And I know I don't have it the worst. I know it could always be worse than what I'm going through. So I'm just always really grateful. But yeah, I just thought I would give you guys a little update while also trying not to end it on a bad note. I don't want to end this video on a bad note. I know it's just a very lengthy one, but I promise the upcoming ones are like this upcoming week that I'm vlogging is gonna be fun and funny and lighthearted and just, yeah. So hope you guys stick around for that. Thank you for sticking around for this long and subscribing if you're subscribed, and all your likes and comments. I just be showing you guys and telling you guys and being real and just taking you along, and I'm not here to give you any life lessons or nothing like that, but I'm just doing what I do and sharing my stuff as I go and figuring this stuff out. Now that this video is like a bajillion years and minutes long, I'm gonna go ahead and go try to get this quick workout before I have to go to work. But thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Also, don't be vlogging while driving. I know I shouldn't, but like, okay, bye.